Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about transit Chiron conjunct one's natal Mars. Now, when we're talking about transits that involve Chiron, they can be about physical and emotional wounds, helping and healing others in ways that we have difficulty in doing so for ourselves. Can be about suffering and the thing about it is too, when you have transit Chiron conjunct your natal Mars, well, this could manifest in physical and emotional ones, helping and healing, and even suffering. It could be matters with anger. It may be an opportunity to control or to do something about anger issues if you have any at this time. I'd say especially if transit Chiron is retrograde, is that could manifest in self-healing. Now, the thing about it is it could be repercussions from expressing anger, but at the same time, you may be able to help others that are dealing with some anger problems. It could be like mentoring a person. You know, say if it's in Capricorn, it might be like mentoring or doing something where you could maybe give some suggestions and such as anger management. And also, Mars is connected with courage and fortitude. So this could be maybe some suffering in dealing with repercussions by not expressing the courage and fortitude when necessary. Say if Mars is in this is in Cancer, this zodiac sign Cancer, it can be something where maybe there was difficulty standing up for a home or family member, and it could be feelings of guilt, and as an example. And also Mars is associated with the sex drive, so it can be a time where you might be experiencing, could be a diminished sex drive. Maybe there's some kind of depleted self-worth or self-esteem due to a sex drive that is not that has been low as of late, and whether it's attributed to being an older person or there's just lack of interest due to being despondent. I mean, let's say if it's in going back to zodiac sign Capricorn, it's in Capricorn, it could be due to feeling somewhat despondent or melancholy, and you can't really get yourself you're in a situation where your sex drive is actually strong. Your performance level could be weak as a result. As one example, now Mars is also associated with assertive and aggressive energy. So this could be a time too where there might be some kind of a consequences being paid for not taking action, for not handling something aggressively or assertively. Say if it's in the 11th house as an example, it could be maybe in something might have been like it might have been a missed opportunity in joining some kind of group, club, or organization, or a chance to where you could have gone somewhere where people congregate if there was an issue, say for example, as far as getting out and abound. And there is a lot of ways this could, a multitude of ways this could manifest, of course. And Mars is also about initiative and enterprise, so it can be a time where you might be feeling some suffering due to not taking that, again, the action, the initiative, the enterprise is showing enterprise. Say if it's in it's in the fifth house, it could have been some chance to you didn't capitalize on some opportunity to perhaps have some kind of romantic situation. Seventh house, it might be something associated with marriage or a significant other. Mars is also connected with our vitality and our energy. So, I mean, when you're talking about conjunctions in astrology, they can be neutral, they can either go good or they can go bad, or you may get a combination of both. A lot of it is predicated and dependent on the aspects that are made to other points in your chart by this transit. Now, again, Mars is associated with can be associated with the vitality and the energy. I mean, it could really, it's something that could go either way. It can be something where you may be trying to actually have an opportunity to help yourself gain some vitality, energy, healing yourself by maybe through energy boosters. As an example, it can be It can be connected with some kind of food or what you consume, say if it's in the zodiac sign Cancer or even Taurus. I would say it could be something by what you may be able to consume. I would say more Cancer or the fourth house. That's, that has a very strong connection with food, the zodiac sign Cancer, and but it could also be where you might be dealing with dissipated energy at this time and suffering due to not being able to have to get up and go to do things. And Mars anatomically can be connected with the head, the skull, the face, sexual organs. So in some cases, remember that Chiron can be about physical wounds. They can be about literal, say for example, incisions. And I mean, it can be surgery in some cases. Remember, Mars is associated with surgery. You have the planet, you have Chiron, which is associated with wounds, and then you have Mars being connected with physical injuries and can be cuts, incisions. It can be a time where, I mean, you really, I think one should be really prudent during this time, as far as perhaps injuries at this time, or some kind of cuts or contusions or burns or what have you. Now, and also too, this could be something where, I mean, Mars again can be connected with injuries, and um, it can be a time where there may be more suffering in connection with it. And it might be a stronger injury than than in many other instances. And the thing about it is, and also Mars again is connected with surgery, so it can be something where maybe this surgery, is something where it's a little bit more enduring. I mean, say if you have it in Taurus, it might be a rather kind of slow and painstaking one that might take longer than most. And it could be a situation where, even like if this involves a surgery, it can be something where you might still be feeling more pain than you anticipated following the surgery. Now, Mars is also connected with combat and confrontation. So this could be something where you may, this can be going through some kind of emotional wounds, or you might feel some kind of ineptitude, feeling inept in the ability to confront or combat a situation at this time. And say if it's in the 12th house as an example, it can be tied into one's secret sorrows. And I would say, especially if your chart is such where you're not really, like say, very confrontational, say, I mean, like a Taurus or a Pisces prominent in one's chart, a Taurus or Pisces ascendant, those signs are generally not really that much about confrontation. And the thing about this too, or even if it's in a sign that's very passive, as another example, that's more, it's like Cancer, zodiac sign Cancer, Pisces, or even Taurus. Mars is also connected with leadership. So this might be a situation for some of you that maybe you're suffering due to not capitalizing on an opportunity to lead. Say if it's in the 10th house, it could be in a job, a career position such as management, or an opportunity to be a supervisor or superior to others. Now, another way this could manifest, this could be about the deepest wound may be connected with matters with courage or action at this time. It might be something where you're feeling, might be feeling really down over maybe not expressing fortitude and courage when it was necessary, or even taking action in a situation. And it can even be something as simple as an opportunity to have some kind of love in one's life, or maybe to even begin a family with that right person, and maybe somehow something happens where it doesn't work out. But at the same time, I want to give an example. Say if this falls in Aries in the 12th house as an example, it can be maybe the deepest wound may be connected with maybe the inability to confront, which is Aries, and it could be hidden adversaries, which is the 12th house, say people that are impersonating as friends in your life when they're really enemies secretly, people that might be, for example, just using you for what you have, monetary things, material items, etc. Now, Another thing too, it can also be about helping and healing others with more drive, motivation, and enthusiasm. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, now say if this is in Pisces in the eighth house as an example, it could be maybe through spirit, encouraging others to make a spiritual transformation. Pisces can be connected with spirituality. Of course, the eighth house is transformation, or just being that compassionate psychologist. I'm not saying literal psychologist because most of you aren't, I'm sure, but being simulating one for somebody, being there to listen, giving that moral support to others, being a good listener, maybe being able to advise somebody on issues that may be psychological. Now, also, too, this could also be expressed in physical wounds, perhaps due to accidents. Mars can be connected with accidents. Say if it's in Gemini in the third house, as an example, it could be an injury, perhaps to a shoulder, an arm, or a hand, which might be due to an accident while driving short journeys, which, of course, driving short journeys can be connected with the third house. And also, too, this may manifest in diminished or depleted self-worth or self-esteem. Maybe it's attributed to a low libido and performance. Again, going back to the zodiac sign Capricorn, it can be something where one might be feeling depressed or despondent. It can be sometimes there may also be some suffering due to losing some kind of battle with somebody. It could be a physical one. It could be one that wasn't physical. It might be an argument, even a legal matter. Now, say if it's in Leo in the 10th house, as an example, it may be through maybe losing that battle to a very bombastic or arrogant, which could be Leo in a negative manifestation, could be a supervisor, superior, someone in a position of authority, or even the dominant parent, which is often the father. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.